Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and today we have another Modern Warfare Remastered quick tips video. Today we'll be covering some secret domination capture spots here in Modern Warfare Remastered, as well as just covering some of the best spots for capturing tough objectives. You can capture some domination flags in this game from some really strange places, like you could back in Call of Duty 4. So to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, here on the map Backlight, you can actually capture the B flag from the tin roof above B itself. This is a really good spot, and in fact, usually when I spawn on the A side of Domination on Backlight, I typically capture B from this tin roof. Now, not every spot in this video is going to be as absurd as this, and not every map is even going to have a special capture spot, but these capture tips and tricks should definitely help you get more flags while playing Modern Warfare Remastered. Let's start things off here on the map Ambush with its notorious B flag. So over all my years of playing Call of Duty 4, I have figured out that the best way to capture B on this map is to lay inside this pothole next to the B flag itself. There is something about the way you are laying inside this hole. Maybe it's because you're actually further down than the rest of the people trying to take the flag, but grenades never seem to kill me here. Now, of course they have, and they probably will in the future, but for the most part, you tend to avoid grenades while laying inside this pothole, and for some reason, people don't tend to see you right here. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's by far the best way to capture B if you're playing on Ambush. Now, of course, we have covered Backlight, but to reiterate, you can actually capture the B flag from the tin roof above the B flag itself. Moving on to Downpour here, the A flag is incredibly difficult to defend because if somebody's trying to capture it, they can lay in this grass, they can lay behind these barrels, and it's so freaking hard to see them, and chances are, while you're sitting there trying to figure out exactly where they are, they're going to see you and they're going to shoot you. So if you're trying to take the A flag on Downpour, use the grass to your advantage, go to the very far edge of the capture circle, because one of the things they actually did here in Modern Warfare Remastered as compared to Call of Duty 4 is give us a big capture circle so we can see exactly how close we need to be to the flag. Get on the perimeter of that, watch for somebody to come get you, and you're probably going to capture A pretty freaking easily. Next up, we will be covering Pipeline, and I'm showing you guys some Call of Duty 4 footage for this clip because Pipeline is not yet in Modern Warfare Remastered at the time of this video being recorded. It will be coming to the game as part of a free update in December, which will add the final 6 multiplayer maps to the game, at least the final 6 standard multiplayer maps. Now, Pipeline itself has a very difficult capture point, and that capture point is going to be the C flag. If you want to try and capture this thing, your best bet is to either lay next to this train car, or better yet, get underneath the train car where nobody will be able to find you. I've captured this flag so many times using this trick that it is insane, and over the years people started to get wise to it a little bit, but here's the thing, while they're looking for you to be like on the other end of the hill or something like that, like you can quickly identify that they're coming for you and kill them before they even really see you, and usually that's enough time for you to actually capture the flag. Now, we don't know if this is actually going to be in Modern Warfare Remastered. Like I said, I'm showing you guys some Call of Duty 4 footage here. We're gonna have to see if they decide to fix this spot, if they're going to put a barrier there, but for right now in Call of Duty 4, you can definitely crawl underneath that train car, and I really hope that you can do the same in Modern Warfare Remastered. Next up, we're going to be covering Shipment. Now, these are going to be pretty obvious because I think a lot of you guys have played Shipment at this point. You probably know all the capture points, but just as a quick rundown, when you're taking the C flag, hide behind the dumpster. If you're taking the B flag, hide inside the crate. If you're taking the A flag, get behind the car. That car will generally hide you from grenades, but sometimes people throw it in the far corner behind you, and when they do that, well, GG, you're probably going to die. Next up, let's go ahead and cover Showdown, another map that is not yet in Modern Warfare Remastered. So the B flag is very difficult to capture. The only cover you really have while trying to take B is going to be hiding inside of this little tiny water fountain thing surrounding this statue. That is your best spot. It will actually protect you from frag grenades, believe it or not, that tiny little bit of concrete in front of you, but use that to your advantage, capture B right away, and then just don't let anybody take it back from you. It's ridiculously hard. Like, this is the one capture point, I think, in all of Call of Duty where I actually recommend using smoke, and you guys know me, I think smoke grenades are useless. You kind of need it to take B on this map, so use that to your advantage. Next up, we will be covering Strike and its notorious C flag, which has 2 hidden capture spots. So the first one is actually going to be on the left side of it, from this perspective anyway, where you can actually hide behind this wall right here, which is a very good spot. It makes it very easy to avoid grenades, and just it's a good capture spot in general. The other spot is actually going to be completely inside of the building. Now, this one is actually actually pretty well known by a lot of people, but you can go inside the building and go to the corner and capture B from inside the building, completely protecting you from grenades. And in fact, people are going to run up there trying to defend the C flag, and you're inside the building, they're thinking to themselves, like, where the heck is he? I don't know where he is. And eventually they run off, then you capture it. It's fantastic. So utilize both of those spots on strike, assuming, of course, they actually remain that way in Modern Warfare Remastered. I have to give that caveat. I'm not entirely sure if these are going to be in Modern Warfare Remastered because they're not in the game yet, but there's some other hidden spots that are, so I assume maybe they will be. The final map we'll be covering here in this video is going to be Vacant. Now, the A flag can be difficult to take at times. It's the only flag that's actually outside, therefore you're very susceptible to M16s and grenades and stuff like that. Well, to capture the A flag effectively, you can hide inside this crate, which I see a lot of people doing. It's a pretty good spot, but better yet, climb over this wall and capture it from inside here. No grenade will ever kill you from in here, and in fact, most people will never see you if you're actually laying in there, so that is by far one of the best capture spots in the game. Now, I was very disappointed to see they fixed the B flag capture spot, so as you guys can see here, I'm just kind of rubbing myself up against this wall right here next to B. Back in Call of Duty 4, you could actually capture B from right there, so I find that pretty interesting. Like, the maps themselves are like a scale-for-scale remake, and a lot of these secret capture spots still work in this game, but for some reason, this one does not. So that's why I gave you guys a caveat. I'm not entirely sure if the capture spots on C on Strike are going to work. I'm not entirely sure if the special spot on C on Pipeline is going to work. We're going to have to see if those maps actually get added to Modern Warfare Remastered. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope you guys all found it helpful and informative. I hope I taught you guys something useful. If you did enjoy the video, please drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.